Mr. Lamerson? I'm here. I sent you a message.
Morning, Dalia.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have 9 o'clock. I'm going to call the criminal for Frio County. I'll ask for announcements from the attorneys. If anyone is present who either does not have an attorney or your attorney doesn't answer, make sure I know you're here. But apart from that, please keep your electronic devices muted. State versus Christina Garcia.
Your Honor, she should be present. I sent her the Zoom link. I don't see her.
Not present in the courtroom.
If I could check on her, Your Honor.
She's checking in right now.
Okay.
All right. State versus Christina Garcia. Well, I'll recall. There she is. All right. Manley Brzezowski.
If you said Kristen Foster, that's me.
No, Manley Browski. All right, no show. I'll recall. Cynthia Ibarra.
She's in custody in Zavala County.
Okay, is Zavala County online?
I see them on the screen.
Okay. I'm broadcasting from the house this morning, so I only have one monitor. I can see the PDF or the Zoom, not both, the PDF of the docket. Jane Vinton.
Not present in the courtroom.
All right, no show. David Hill.
Not present in the courtroom.
No show. Xavier Williams.
Present in the courtroom.
Your Honor, we should have a plea on that this morning. I have e-filed the plea paperwork.
Okay, until further notice, I have a computer that I'm supposed to have ordered a new one. I can go okay as long as I have 2 apps open. Sometimes I can use 3. But every time I try and open 4, it crashes and I have to reboot it. And sometimes when I try to open 3. So if I'm using Zoom, that's 1. If I'm using Acrobat to look at the docket, that's 2. So to go and look at e-file or my email, I have to shut down Acrobat. So let's just send everything to me in chat. Johnny Ray Frausto.
In custody in
Yeah,
Bennett
he's in
County.
custody. We're working on the paperwork.
Gabriel Garcia.
Not present in the courtroom.
I'll check on him, Your Honor. I did email him the Zoom link information.
Right, no show. Dion Martinez.
He's present in the courtroom.
Right. One of the Roberts here.
Judge, Mr. Roberts just contacted me. He's answering a civil docket and he will be on shortly.
Okay. Raimundo Castillo.
In custody, Zavala County.
Marshall Malone.
Present for Mr. Malone, Your Honor. He is in custody in Medina County, and I have filed a waiver of arraignment.
Okay. And we go back to Zoom. All right, the Court Administrator's Office has posted dates. Unless you have an MTR before you leave today, or you have some other special arrangement, you need to have a pretrial, unless it's being waived or not needed, and then a docket call and a jury selection date. So it looks like docket call is 6/10, jury selection is July something or another. I can't see it on this screen.
7/19.
7/19, okay. Johnny Perez,
He's present in the courtroom.
let's see, Mr. Adrian Perez. He's probably answering somewhere else. We'll check on him if he didn't show up. Juan Aguilar. Juan
Not
Aguilar.
present in the courtroom.
Chris Arabalo.
Not present in the courtroom.
John Cantu.
Not present. in the
Uh,
courtroom.
I'm sorry, that is Mr. Roberts' client, I believe, and he said that he is in his office right now.
All right. Thank you. Jacob Garcia.
Not present in the courtroom.
Joseph Huddleston.
He is present in the courtroom.
All right. All right, Mr. Huddleston, you could put him on the speaker or the Zoom for a moment.
He's up. Come on, close. Right here, you're on.
All right, you are Joseph Huddleston. All right, Mr. Huddleston. All right, are you Joseph Huddleston?
Yes.
Okay, I need you to speak up.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Right, do you have an attorney to represent you in this?
No, I don't.
Do you have the money to hire your own attorney?
No, I needed a court-appointed attorney.
All right, if you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to get with either adult probation or with the public defender's office. Is that you waving a affidavit at
Yes.
me?
I'm gonna send it to you in just a bit. You got started, so.
Thank you. Amber Morales.
She's present in the courtroom.
All right, Ms. Morales. All right, do you have an attorney who represents you in this matter?
Yes, sir.
Who is that?
It's Gary J. Barchin.
All right, and where is he this morning?
I'm not sure. I was trying to get a hold of him.
All right, have you actually signed a contract and paid money to this attorney?
Yes, sir.
All right, and the name is Barton, B-A-R-T-O-N?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to ask you to contact his office. Should have either been here or filed an appearance. All right. State versus Robert Rodriguez.
Not present in the courtroom.
Jonathan Aguirre.
He's in custody, Zavala County.
All right, and do we have a court-appointed attorney affidavit for him?
We didn't see one.
I'm sorry?
We didn't see one.
And is Mr. Aguirre being held on this charge?
Yes, sir.
All right, and for the statute that says the county has 3 business days after he's arrested to get him an attorney appointed. Okay, I'll ask that somebody get with him to have a court-appointed attorney affidavit filled out. Jose Chavez,
Paperwork, Judge.
Not present in the courtroom.
Kristen Frausto,
Your Honor, that's for, we're working out a plea on that matter. We should have paperwork in a little while.
all right, Mr. Vargas, I'll mark you down as the attorney.
Thank you.
And Judge, on Chavez above, it was pointed to TRLA on 4/5 and reset to 4/22.
Is that Pete Alita? Chavez. Oh, Chavez. And he was a trainer?
All right,
Yeah.
Adam Garza,
Not present in the courtroom.
Fabian Garza,
Not present.
Judge, that one was appointed to TRLA on yesterday, 4/7, and the arraignment is scheduled on 4/22.
Sandra Guerra,
Not present in the courtroom.
Katina Lucas,
Not present in the courtroom.
Justin Pargas,
Not present in the courtroom.
a short day. Horacio Peralta,
Not present in the courtroom.
Timothy Ramon,
Not present in the courtroom.
Anthony Soto,
Not present in the courtroom.
Eric Trevino,
Not present.
That was
in the
appointed
courtroom.
to TRLA yesterday on 4/7, and its arraignment is 4/22.
Gilberto Trevino,
Not present in the courtroom.
Richard Trevino,
Not present in the courtroom.
Cruz Prado,
Not present in the courtroom.
James Fear, or Fear,
Not present in the courtroom.
Michael Baggett,
He's present, Your Honor. Michael Baggett.
Michael Baggett just came in.
all right. Please send him forward.
Mr. Baggett.
All right. Are you Michael Baggett?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Baggett, do you have an attorney to represent you in this matter?
No, sir.
Do you have the money to hire your own attorney?
No, sir.
All right. If you have not done so already, I'm going to ask you to get with the public defender's office or the adult probation, fill out an affidavit for a court-appointed attorney. I'll see if you're eligible for one.
Okay.
Caitlin Trevino,
Not present in the courtroom.
Veronica Trevino.
She's
Present.
here.
All right, please come forward, ma'am. All right. Are you Veronica Trevino?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and do you have an attorney to represent you in this matter?
No, sir.
Do you have the money to hire your own attorney?
What was that, what you said?
Do you have enough money to hire your own attorney in this matter? I'm sorry?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, if you have not done so already, please get with the public defender's office or adult probation and fill out an affidavit for a court-appointed attorney. I'll see if you're eligible for one.
Okay.
Add-ons, Anne Marie Maha.
In
Good morning, Your
custody,
Honor. Counsel's present. She is in custody.
Zavala County.
All right, is there anyone else present whose case was not called?
I'm present, sir.
Okay,
Gabriel Garcia.
On page 2, sir.
all right, I'll mark you present.
All right, thank you.
Is your attorney?
Yep. Conferring, Your Honor.
Okay, anyone else?
Yes,
Your
sir.
Honor, Your Honor, I believe Mr. Guzman should have been a recall from yesterday. I got an invitation. He should be on this morning.
Okay, yes. All right, Mr. Guzman? All right, is he on, sir?
I have from LG Style 6 to everyone. I'm not sure if that's him or not. Has no audio.
All right. I'm calling the LG Style 6. What is your name?
Christina Garcia.
Wrong one, Judge. Sorry.
No, that's Christina Garcia is under Christina Garcia.
No,
LG Stylo 6, the guy with the red shirt and the black cap that he needs to remove in court. Please tell me in chat what your name is. Or can you not hear either?
I've asked him via chat because he can't hear anything.
Okay, well.
So
he's
I'm
not
just waiting for him
responding
to respond.
He apparently doesn't respond to chat either.
There it goes. I got it now. Sorry about that. I was using a new device to hop onto
Okay,
the Zoom.
what is your name?
Joseph Lino Guzman, sir.
That's him, Your Honor.
Mr. Guzman, please remove your hat while you're in court.
Yes, sir. I apologize.
All right, Mr. Bartlemy.
And Your Honor, for purposes of the record, Your Honor, he did appear. Apologizes to the court for communication yesterday, probably my fault. And I have conferred with the state. They were going to send me an offer, Your Honor. I had not received the offer as of yesterday afternoon. They were reviewing the file. So we're going to have to ask for a setting, Your Honor.
Okay, just state if you can't agree on dates, I'll make a decision. I think the dates were posted yesterday, but the court administrator knew, just work out the dates if you can. Court administrator, I just made her the host and she can tell you what the dates are.
And thank you, Your Honor.
Yes,
May he be excused, Your Honor? I will send him.
After you have posted the dates to everyone in the cause number, name, and date format, yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, this is Roberto Vargas. I need to make a correction. I might have stated that I was the attorney of record for Kristen Frostro on page 4. That's incorrect. I'm only the attorney of record for Johnny Frostro on page 1.
Right, so, Ms. Frosto, would you unmute your phone, please?
I don't have an attorney, sir.
Right, do you have the money to hire your own attorney?
No, sir.
I'm going to ask you to get into a breakout room shortly with adult probation or with the public defender's office and fill out an affidavit for a court-appointed attorney. If you're eligible for a court-appointed attorney, I will appoint one to represent you.
Thank you. Please, yes.
Judge, and I have a correction to make. I guess I didn't speak up earlier. On page 1, for David Hill. He submitted his affidavit to us on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, the 7th, TRLA was appointed. So that has an arraignment date of 4/22.
All right.
And I will be getting you the list of the next attorneys on the wheel shortly.
Thank you.
And if I can start doing breakout rooms, I'm going to have Zavala County bring the inmate that needs to be interviewed, Jonathan James Aguirre, and I'm going to put him in with TRLA.
Okay, and let me tell all the attorneys first. I think you probably all heard this by now, but perhaps not. We're going to resume in-person court for the judge on the circuit in the first business day of May. First business day of June, we're going to resume jury trials, we hope. So anybody who's resetting anything, if you don't have a special agreement with the judge or it's not an MTR, then you need to have at a minimum docket call date and jury selection date before the case is reset. You also need to expect that you're going to, have to show up and you're going to have to be tried from both sides. So I'd urge you to try and anything that's going to get worked out, let's start getting those worked out so we don't have too big of a rush at the end. And finally, with the attorneys who are on the appointed list, the Public Defender's Office, TRLA, is getting more and more. And Ms. Poppy, if you could make me the co-host, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Public Defender's Office is getting more and more of the cases. Right now, we're giving them 75% of the ones that they don't have a conflict with. And it's my expectation that they'll be up to 100% before long, so that will leave just conflicts. I don't know, but I would expect that you need a certain critical mass of cases. If you're already in the county or you do a lot of other work there, perhaps not, but for personal appearance, I mean, it's not going to be worth, I know folks, while economically to drive down out of San Antonio if you get one case every 5 months in the county. So let me know if you want to remain on the appointment wheel on all of the counties in the district or not. Okay.
Your Honor,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry, page 3,
Yes.
Chris Arevalo just showed up.
All right. You are Chris Arevalo?
Sir.
Mr. Arevalo, do you have an attorney to represent you in this matter?
No, sir.
Can you afford to hire your own attorney?
No.
All right, then I'm going to ask you to get with either adult probation or with the Public Defender's Office, fill out an affidavit for a court-appointed attorney, and I'll see if you're eligible for a court-appointed attorney.
Okay.
Your Honor, may I interrupt for a second?
Yes.
Mr. Guzman, Your Honor, I'm going to be arguing at the Fifth Circuit in New Orleans on the 27th, and your next pretrial is the 28th. Could I have a different date, Your Honor?
Sure. Just grab one.
Could I come, the JDC's 511. Can we?
No, Judge Ellison especially doesn't like to, well, is that my docket call or Judge Ellison's? It's not actually.
It just says that Atascosa reset, Your Honor.
Oh, Atascosa dates. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That jury docket call, Your Honor, on 5/11 would be your date.
Okay. That's fine, Mr. Bartlemy.
All right, Your Honor, then I anticipate we'd be back then on 4/28, well, on the 11th for a possible pretrial or plea, Your Honor, at this point, but I haven't gotten all the discovery of the offer. I've got the discovery, but not the offers, Judge.
Okay, then that's fine. Just post that in chat.
Thank you.
Enjoy your trip in New Orleans. It shouldn't be too.
Well, it should be exciting, Your Honor. We'll see what they want to talk about.
Is
They
that
probably
a
just want
private?
to talk, Judge. They probably just want to talk.
Is that a private hire case?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll skip.
Is that a appointed or a private?
No, Your Honor, that's retained. We tried the case. We're on our way up to see if there was some error.
I did some work for an attorney in Lubbock when I was in law school who did appointed work in the state and federal courts and appeals. And he hated it whenever the Fifth Circuit would come to New Orleans, which to Lubbock, which they did a couple of times, because he said that, otherwise the federal government would pay for his trip to New Orleans for him when he got oral arguments. Instead, he got mileage from his office to the law school. All right, if you post that, does anyone else, I can go work on.
Thank you.
Acrobat and go work on my judge's queue. Does anybody else have anything for me? I know the Williams packet is here. Ms. Carranza, you probably need to confer. I'll let you.
Your Honor?
Yes.
This is Joe Luna.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, Your Honor. I have Representative Raimundo Castillo, and there is a motion to reduce bail. We have discussed the case, and if the court approves it, there is an agreement to reduce bail at this time. However, I would like a setting to be heard at a later date in the event that one, we don't agree, and two, if my client cannot make bail.
I'm not sure, but you think you have an agreement for right now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, hold on. We might, Judge. I need to get in a breakout room with Mr. Luna, and I need to see what those bails are set at, because they're awfully high and I don't recall setting them. So I don't know if if he failed to appear and that's why they're high. I need to look at that first before we talk about an agreement.
That's fair, Your Honor.
All right. Well, let me know when you have something. And let me ask TRLA, are you aware of any conflict with Mr. Huddleston?
I'm not currently aware of any, Judge, no.
Okay. Then I will appoint you to represent him. And I will post that in chat to the clerk's office and to you. All right, I just posted that to the district clerk's office and to Mr. Lamerson.
Your Honor, I still see that Mr. Bartolome is here. he got the 5/11/6/7 dates, right?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked in chat. Again, I only have one screen, so I
Oh,
don't-
pardon me, Judge.
it's fine.
I just want to make sure with Mr. Bartolome because him and his client are still here.
That's the date that I had, Judge. I can't post it to chat because I didn't have the case number.
Ah, okay.
But
All
that's
right,
the date.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, this was an add-on, just because he didn't show up, to just post what you have, and that's fine.
All right.
Oh,
And Your Honor, can I take up one other matter? I've talked to Mr. Lamb on this case. There's a gentleman that's in custody in Atascosa with two $150,000 bonds. His misdemeanor case will probably resolve today, Your Honor. And I was wondering how you'd like me to proceed with a bond reduction request since we're live. He's not saying he opposes it, but he'd want me to file a motion, or will we set it for a hearing at some point, Judge?
Yes, just set it for hearing.
All right.
Agree to send me an order if it's not set it for hearing.
Well, at this point, can I go to a chat with Mr. Lamb? He's the prosecuting attorney.
that's fine.
Yes, Ms. Poppy is the host, so you'll have to get that from her.
And I will actually post for you, Mr. Bartolome.
Yes.
The dates.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Kenny, if you need dates for his possible bond reduction hearing, the 19th, 26th, and 28th are good dates.
26. Okay.
Well, I want to see if we can confer before we get that far out.
We'll confer first.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to give him dates ahead of time.
Thank you. Do we go to a breakout room?
Yes, room 4.
Thank you very much, Ms. Poppy. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Jennifer, when you have a chance, could you put me in with Miss Carranza?
Yes, sir. I sure will.
Thank you.
Judge, on page 3 on Amber Morales at the bottom of the page, we received a phone call from Tony Polarized, and he is saying that he's going to be filing the notice today, but he cannot appear. And so we would reset that for 4/22 for arraignment.
All right, that's fine.
I believe Ms. Morales is on her phone.
All right, Ms. Morales, are you still here? Well, I don't see her. Oh, she's
in the courtroom,
that's why I
actually.
can see. Okay. All right. Asking the district court to unmute. All right. Ms. Morales, we've received a phone call from your attorney's office that says they are going to be filing an answer. They are with entry, and we're going to reset this case for April the 22nd. All right. It may be that they will have filed a waiver of arraignment by then and you don't have to be here, but unless you hear from your attorneys otherwise, you need to be here on April the 22nd. Thank you.
Same time? Yes.
And
Thank you.
with that, you're excused.
can we get Ms. Maha to speak with the attorney in Zavala County, please?
Jacob. Garcia.
Can
Judge.
Zavala County please join breakout room 5? Zavala County. Sorry, Dahlia.
Judge. Oh, okay. Jacob Michael Garcia, page 3, just showed up.
Thank you. All right, come forward, please.
He's coming.
All right, are you Jacob Michael Garcia?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to ask you to speak up. Mr. Garcia, do you have an attorney to represent you in this matter?
No,
Can you afford to hire your own attorney?
no.
All right, please get with the adult probation or public defender's office and fill out an affidavit for a court-appointed attorney, and I will see if you are eligible for a court-appointed attorney, and if you are, I will appoint one today.
All right.
I'm sorry, who was that?
Garcia, page 3.
Jacob Garcia?
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Grant, I'm going to put you on Mr. Shaughnessy, if that's okay. Is anyone at Zavala County?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please bring Ms. Maha to speak to her attorney?
Yes, ma'am. I'm waiting for the breakout room little link.
Yes, sir, it's breakout room 5. You may have to hover at the bottom of your screen to find the breakout rooms if it's not on your screen.
Hi, Miss Poppy.
Yes, sir, I think they just joined. Did you see them?
They did. I wanted to see if I could get Miss Joanne Gonzalez to join us in that breakout room.
That's right. Yes, I'll put her in right now.
Thank you.
Thanks. Dimmitt County, I need you to join room 7, please.
Jennifer, could I get that breakout room with Judge Luna?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Or have him just put in the one that was in.
Gee, I can't find him on the screen.
Is he in a breakout room somewhere?
No.
Huh.
I just saw him on there, but then when I went to put him in a room, I couldn't find his name at all.
Yeah. I saw him too when I was out here.
Maybe he was losing connection or something. I don't know.
Could have been.
When he comes back, I'll put him in with you.
Sounds good.
Talia, is there anyone that needs to be interviewed that's sitting in the courtroom right now? Or are they all filling out the affidavits?
I've already sent all of them that I've gotten. I don't think we're waiting on any more. Okay,
And I'm
Jacob.
working on a couple of.
Jacob is still filling his out.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is Joseph Guzman. Have I been excused yet from the courtroom?
No, sir. Mr. Bartolome is still here. He'll let you know when you're excused.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Your Honor, I just need to have my client excused. I've conferred with the state and I'm ready.
Okay. All right, then. If you're finished with him, that's great.
Okay, so I can be excused, sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. You have a nice day.
Have a blessed day. Thank you, Judge.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, just to put posted Baggett. That's TRLA. Where's Judge?
Judge Luna's back, so I'll get back into that other breakout room.
Sounds good.
Mr. Baggett and Mr. Trevino were appointed to TRLA also.
The Kayla Trevino?
Veronica, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's right, that's right. If TRLA needs breakout rooms with these folks, please let me know.
Yes, ma'am. If I can get one with Mr. I believe Bagwell.
Dahlia, you have the computer going right in the courtroom so they can talk?
That it's under Frio DC. If you can see it, they're gonna send him over there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yours is under Frio DC, so is the other one I need to go to Gloria?
She's gonna look to make sure what it says. She'll be on in just a bit.
Okay, I think it's under Gloria, but we'll hang on.
Jennifer, I have Christina Garcia on Zoom. Can I have a breakout room with her?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Jonathan Aguirre's been appointed to TRLA. All right, Kristen Frausto, there are no numbers on the affidavit.
I'm sorry?
There are no numbers on the affidavit.
Which numbers, Judge?
Fences.
For like my cell phone number? 210.
Okay, ma'am, no, not your, no. There are no numbers on the financial section. They're all blank.
Yeah, no, sir. I don't.
Okay.
Judge.
Yes.
If I may.
Yes.
I asked her that and she says she's not working and family members are supporting her, so she's not spending any money.
Okay, all right. Another time, if you'll just put a 0 in there on for total.
I was gonna ask you that, sir. I wasn't sure how you wanted to do that. The other ones don't want anything on there, so it's been back and forth.
Oh, well,
Sir.
okay.
My bad.
I just, I would prefer just to 0 at the total, just so that I know that it's not a matter of that it was not saved or something.
Okay, sir. I'll do that.
All right, Mr. Vargas, you had answered on that case. In error, but I will go ahead. And I saw the Frio district clerk apparently got kicked off and logged back in. I just posted another.
It was a second screen, sir. They're here.
Oh. They're on twice? Okay. I see there's a space right there. Ah.
Yes, sir. Mr. Lamerson, I've invited you to room 9, please. Is there anyone needing a breakout room that I may have missed that's still waiting?
If I could meet with Veronica Trevino when room's available.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Miss Poppy. May you put in a breakout room with Miss Carranza whenever she gets a minute?
Yes, sir. She has someone in right now, but I'll get you next.
Thank you.
And have we heard from Adrian Perez?
Yes, sir. He has a few other dockets and he's going to join ASAP.
All right, and I've appointed Michael Zamora to represent Chris Arevalo. And Jacob Michael Garcia, have I gotten an affidavit from him?
They're working on it, Judge.
Okay. All right, I need to step away for a minute. I'll be back in a few minutes, about 5 minutes.
Mr. Zamora, I believe you just rejoined the meeting.
Yes.
Can you hear me, sir? On page 3 on Chris Arevalo, you were just appointed by Judge Wilson.
Okay.
I believe
Is
he's in the
he?
courtroom.
Oh, he's in the courtroom.
I believe so. Would you like me to put you on the list to meet with him?
Sure. And then I also need to talk to Kenny Lamb.
I'm available.
Okay,
I'll go back into the breakout room 4.
sounds good.
Talia. Do y'all have any more there waiting for interview?
We just have,
Veronica, those that were appointed to TRO?
yes, Veronica, and then that'll have to speak to y'all, but we only have that one computer.
Okay.
So we're just taking
the-
turns.
The one judge mentioned was that Jacob, I think it was Jacob
Jacob
Garcia.
Garcia, yes, I just sent his in.
Okay, you already done him, so we just need one more?
No, I think all of them are done. Jacob was the last one, but then now they need to speak to y'all because several of them were assigned to the TRLA.
Oh, okay, you mean two attorneys?
Yes,
Okay, but as far as the affidavits, they're all done?
yes. I already
Okay.
sent them all to judge.
All right, well, thank you, I appreciate that.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Bye.
Dahlia, can Veronica Trevino be placed in the room now?
Yes, they're gonna send her that way.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
This is Joe Luna, court coordinator. Ms.
Yes,
Coordinator, I need to, I need to make an appearance on another court at 10, but it will not take me long. I should be back shortly. That okay?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Did
thank
you
you. ma'am.
need to speak with your client later today, or?
Well, I just need to, just need to give the court the status, and I've conferred with Ms. Carranza and Mr. Lamb, and I need some court dates.
Okay, Judge, those are posted into the chat.
Okay.
So you can check those dates out there. But
Very
yes,
good.
sir, just come back. Do you think it'll be an hour or so, or how long do you think?
It won't be that long, but I'll be
Okay.
back 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Jennifer, do you know if you're linked into the Medina County Jail today?
No, sir, we are not,
Okay.
that I'm aware of.
Okay. Ms. Carranza and I wanted to approach the judge about Marshall Slade Malone. About setting.
Okay, she's in the breakout room right now.
Right,
Yes, sir.
right. But we wanted to wait for the judge so we could both be there and hash it out.
Okay, sir. Dahlia, can we have now Chris Arbello? I'm probably saying that really wrong.
Yeah, Chris at
Can we have him? Yes.
Okay, yes.
To
we'll
speak
send
with
him over
Mr.
there.
Zamora? Okay, thank you.
Hi, Miss Poppy. Maybe put back in with Zavala County Jail.
Yes, sir. Mhm.
Thank you.
Do you need probation this time or just you, Rolando?
Just me, it's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
Judge Wilson?
He went for a quick break.
I can see him.
Oh, okay. That.
I conferred with Mr. Shaughnessy on his Marshall Malone case, and it appears we're going to be able to work out a plea. Are we able to put it on 422, or do I still need to do pretrial docket call and trial settings for it?
We can just call that 422 the pretrial, but yeah, so I'd want docket call and trial settings just so that we have it ready to go.
So then we can do 422, 610, 719.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Judge, just in background regarding Mr. Malone, he is in the Medina County Jail because he recently was in Medina on a motion to revoke his probation. And he was, the motion was withdrawn and he was ordered to go to the CCF facility in Uvalde. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but in any event, he couldn't go because this case popped up, and you can't go to CCF if you have pending cases. So that's, and I represented him in Medina. That's how I ended up in your court in Frio on Mr. Malone. So I don't anticipate difficulties regarding resolution of your case, but
okay, that's fine. Just as a matter of policy, I want to have those other settings all
Sure.
over. If we need them.
So it's 422, 610, and 711.
719.
Oh, 711 sounds cooler, but. All right, I'll post those and we'll wait for that restitution and get her done, as they say.
Yes, sir.
All righty then, carry on.
Thanks.
All right. I'm posting the Jacob Garcia affidavit to the clerk's office. I appointed TRLA for him. And is Mr. Zamora, I guess, is in a breakout room?
I think so, Judge. I don't see him on there.
I believe he and Mr. Boyer are in the breakout room right now, Judge.
No, Mr. Boyer's here.
I'm here. I'm done.
He's in with Frio County, speaking with this client that you just appointed him to.
Okay. All right, so I think I've returned all of the affidavits, and The only plea packet I believe I received is Williams' plea packet from Mr. Zamora. I'm ready to go on that from his back.
Your Honor, real quick, I'll also have a plea on Johnny Bettis. I sent the plea paperwork down to Frio County for him to sign. I'm expecting it back. If Miss Poppy could put me with the clerk's office, I'll follow up on that.
Okay.
And Judge, if I could just approach real quick, I've conferred with Mr. Baggett. I've posted the chat a reset for 422 for arraignment. We'll get a waiver of arraignment on file before then, if he could be excused.
If you've posted that.
I have, Judge.
Okay. And cause number, name, date format?
Yes, Judge, 21-03-00060F, reset for 422.
Okay, well, look at the format you're posting in before you post the next one, please.
Adrian, you're requesting to speak with Dalio at the district clerk's office, correct?
I would suggest, I guess, the adult probation section, simply because if we're going to do a plea, we're going to need the Frio district clerks. Because he wants to sign up his client with this paperwork.
Okay, so I'll put you in.
We're doing Williams.
The plea would be for Williams, but I think Adrian needs to speak to Johnny Bettis.
Okay, yes. And Joanne is still working on the plea, on all the plea paperwork for Williams.
Okay.
Kenny, can I put you in with Adrian so you can tell him what's going on and get him back out of that room?
Yes, that's fine.
Thank you.
Jennifer, I posted those dates. Can I be excused?
Yes, Judge has said if y'all post the dates correctly in the right format, you can be excused.
Okay. And are you going to be available by phone this afternoon?
Yes, sir.
I'll try. Yeah, I got something regarding that. Johnny Lee Dillard came up after he had his case dismissed. He had another pending case we got to talk about.
Okay, I think Norma reset that for an ad for next week.
Yeah, that would probably work. I'll confirm that with you this afternoon by phone.
Okay,
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
bye.
This is a Deputy Jimenez from Dimmitt County.
All right, I'm gonna work on the queue. If y'all will let me know when we have something ready to go, or Mr. Zamora gets back from the breakout.
This is Deputy Jimenez from Dimmitt County.
Yes.
If we can have this reset, Texas Jailhouse Commission standards just showed up to our facility.
I can't hear you, sir. Texas Jailhouse Commission?
Yes, they just showed up to our facility, so if we can have this reset, please.
Oh, okay. And who all is in Dimmitt County?
I am, Your Honor. That's my case. It's just plea papers. If we can do the next available date, that's fine.
All right, if they have to take off, that's fine. Just Miss Poppy, whatever that is.
The pretrial date, Your Honor, we could do 422 to get the plea done.
All right, that's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is that the only person we have at Dimmitt County?
Yes.
All right.
That's my last case. May I be excused after I post it, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
This is again Deputy Jimenez. May we be excused?
Yes, sir. You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kenny, was that Johnny Ray Frausto?
Yes, that should have been Johnny Ray Fausto.
Got it.
Okay, then.
Ms. Poppy, Kenny and I had to come back to the breakout room. We weren't able to meet with my client in the courtroom. I think we were waiting for another computer to open up.
Yes, if your client's in the courtroom, we have one more ahead of you.
Oh, okay, no problem. I was just making sure you knew.
Was yours a plea though? Or are you trying to do plea paperwork or?
No, yeah, it's a plea. Johnny Bettis. I sent the paperwork over to the courthouse. I just need him to sign it and send it to judge, and then I need to visit with my client for about 5-10 minutes, make sure he understands what he signed.
Mr. Bettis, we still don't have that plea paperwork. I think they were gonna email you again.
I had sent it to the Frio County and I copied Kenny in it. Is it easier if I post it in chat here?
If you want, and then we'll just get it printed off. Well,
Okay.
I can't print from here.
No. Okay.
District clerk, email it to the district clerk at Frio County.
Okay, I'll do it again, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and if you have Adobe Reader on that computer or anything else that will let you look at a PDF and sign it, you don't have to print it out at all. You can just look at it on the screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're ready on the
Mr.
Williams
Zamora?
plea?
Yes.
Please ignore that breakout request. Sorry.
I did want to confer with Ms. Carranza, if she's available.
Yes, sir.
He is.
Clerk's office, I just sent it again.
Jennifer, I see that Rolando's out of his breakout room. Can I speak to him?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, may I make an announcement?
Yes, sir.
On the current case that we have before this court, Your Honor, there's a bond on Mr. Raimundo Castillo. It's going to remain the same, but I have filed a motion to reduce bail that I'd like for it to be heard at a later date, Your Honor.
Okay, I know 4/22 is available. There may be other dates.
Very well.
You can look at our calendar online. If you just look at the calendar, you can see what's available.
Yes, Your Honor. I think 4/22 would be acceptable, Your Honor, if court's available. I think we'll need about 30 minutes at the most.
Okay.
And Your Honor, there's also another case that we have agreed on the bond reduction. If my client can't make the bond at that time, we'll be requesting also a hearing for bail. If we could, I'd like to be able to set both cases on that same date and be mostly some of the same testimony.
That's fine.
So I'll get with the court coordinator on that and we can move forward with that. And
Yes, just post whatever dates you get in chat in the cause number, name, date format.
Will do, Your Honor.
All right.
That's all I have. May I be excused, Your Honor?
After you've posted those dates, yes.
Yes, thank you.
Dahlia, can we now have Mr. Perez's client, Johnny Perez, in the room there in the courthouse?
Yes, ma'am. We're gonna get him there.
Thank you.
Hey, Jennifer, this is Joanne.
Yes, ma'am.
Did Mr. Huddleston get appointed to somebody? Because he's still here in the courtroom.
PRLA,
here-
yes, 4/22.
So is he allowed to leave now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Well, I mean, he needs to make sure that his attorneys have contact information, but yes, apart from that, he's allowed to leave from the court.
Okay.
Joanne, before you dismiss him, Mr. Lamerson just told me that no one was in the breakout room a while ago for him, and he needed to speak with Mr. Huddleston. Is that correct,
Okay.
Mr. Lamerson?
That's correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Can you hold off and put him in once Adrian's done?
Yes, we'll do that.
Thank you.
Well, we're doing the plea on Xavier and Williams. I don't know how many breakout rooms they have there or rooms they have there.
We can do it here, Judge, in front. We can just have them here in the middle if you want to do that.
I have nothing confidential to tell him, Judge. I just want to let him know my contact information, who I am.
Yeah, Mr. Ponce. Hey, what's going on, dude?
Ms. Roberts, did you have an announcement on your cases, or do you need to speak your client?
I do, Your Honor.
You have a Cynthia Ibarra and
Cynthia Ibarra. She's in jail, I believe, Your Honor. And I need to
Yes.
go to a breakout room with Leslie to talk about her.
Okay, and John Cantu is yours also?
He is here, yes. And I didn't participate in his first hearing. I assume he's been arraigned, but I don't know that.
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. And the other one is Dion Scott Martinez, Your Honor.
Okay.
And it is for arraignment, so we'll get him, we'll get something done with him.
I don't believe Cantu's been arraigned, if the district court could verify that. This was his first appearance today.
Okay, I can't tell. I'll get a waiver of arraignment done by him while he's here.
All right, and Mr. Roberts, you were gone, you may know this, but we're going back for the judge on the circuit to personal court in first business day of May, going back to jury selection in June. So if it's not an MTR or a special arrangement, we don't want just the monitor dates we've been having, but he needs a pretrial date, docket call date, and jury selection date.
Okay.
Or each client does.
And I'll get them from the court coordinator, Your Honor?
Yes, they posted them earlier, but yes.
I'll repost the dates, Mr. Roberts, and then if you don't have a blank form, I've also put that on our website under attorney section.
Okay. Does it have those dates in it?
No, sir, you have to put those dates in it.
Okay, what are the dates? Can you tell me?
I just reposted them to everyone.
Okay,
it's going to be
thank you.
the one that says trial set. Do you see that, sir?
No, I don't, but I'll find it. I'll get Vanessa to
Okay.
do it. I'll start working on it right now, Judge.
Thank you.
Judge, could I possibly go to a breakout room with Judge Luna for a second?
All right, Miss Poppy is the host, and she does the breakout.
Yeah, I see him there.
Hello, Mr. Grady. Oh,
Miss Poppy is the host.
Miss Poppy. It's Grady Roberts. Could I go to a breakout room with Judge Luna, please?
Yes, sir, room 16.
Has nothing to do with this case, any of these cases, but I need to talk to him.
Judge, did you appoint on Kristen Frusto, and I may have missed it?
Mr. Vargas. Did he take off? I told him that.
He had accidentally announced on that case or earlier, or?
Yes. And since
then
he
you
was
appointed
on the
to him?
list and I had already written his name down on that case, that way I didn't have to take it back off. So yes. And I told him, he may not have heard me whenever I said that I'd appointed him.
So those are reset for arraignment for 422. I can reach out to him by email and let him know that, or do you want him back on?
He needs to. I also sent him a copy of the order appointing him in chat, so he should have been aware of that.
Your Honor, this is Joe Luna.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Mr. Roberts just went to breakout room 16. I don't know if you can go back in there.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
So Judge, do you want me to get Mr. Vargas back on? I didn't.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I told him, and I also posted a copy of the order to him. I didn't make sure he acknowledged, so he may not have registered.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'd like to try to go to a breakout room with Judge Luna, with Joe Luna. I don't see him on here now. I don't know where he.
I think he got kicked off. He's just checking back in.
There he is.
Let me put you on another room so that it pops back up for both of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes.
I just spoke with Rolando Arguelles on the add-on case and Marie Maha.
Yes.
Originally it was set for a plea today. However, we've kind of hit a snag. So he's going to post a new date for 4/22. It's going to be for an open plea on that day, and then we'll reset for sentencing and subsequent date.
Thank you, Judge. And Ms. Poppy, I can just be put in a breakout room so I can explain to my client, and then if I can be excused, Your Honor, afterwards.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Rolando,
He's in
post that date.
Zavala County, correct?
Yes, Ms. Poppy, and yes, I'm about to post that date right now.
Miss Poppy. Thank you. It's
Yes,
Grady
sir.
Roberts. I appreciate being able to talk to Judge Luna. I've been trying to reach him for a couple of days. I need to talk to Leslie now for a minute in a breakout room, please.
She's not available at the moment, but I'll put you in as soon as she is.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Sorry, I missed that. What did see that Mr. Roberts is now on?
Yes, he needed a breakout room, Ms. Carranza.
Oh, okay. I think that she's still in another breakout room. Could I get a breakout room with him?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Jennifer,
Yes, ma'am.
it's me, Joanne with probation.
Yes, ma'am.
I know Mr. Lamerson was waiting to speak on my computer, and then I could just let him get on the computer so he can talk to him. I can set him in front of my computer. Yes.
Okay.
So if you would just do my computer and Lamerson's computer, and then I'll set the defendant in front of my computer.
Yes, ma'am.
Does that make sense?
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm back.
Both prosecutors are in breakout rooms right now, sir.
Okay, we need Michael Zamora on the plea anyway.
He's in with Ms. Carranza at the moment.
Miss Poppy, we're back on my client. We're ready, I think. Once he gets sworn in, then court gets the paperwork.
Okay, and will he be attending from the Frio dash DC, or will he be attending from a different computer?
I'm assuming from the DC.
Dahlia, can you get them to come out of that breakout room?
And Mr. Perez, is your client signing a hard copy? Is he signing on the computer, do you know?
No, sir, they gave him a hard copy to sign.
Well, if he's there in the district court's room, they need to go ahead and do the verification. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
And this is on Johnny Perez, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Perez, Joanne still has to do the PSI on Johnny Perez, so it'll be a bit.
Oh, I forgot all about PSIs. Okay,
Yes.
no problem. Your Honor, if you don't mind terribly, I'm gonna pop on another Zoom using another device. Whenever the court's ready to go, if you could have Mr. Lim call me or text me, I'll pop right back on. If that's okay, sir.
That's great.
Thank you.
Need to step away for about a minute and a half. I'll be right back. All right, are we ready to go on the Williams plate?
It's ready.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is Mr. Williams there?
We're getting them up here, Judge.
Also, Your Honor, for Jennifer, I think Ms. Carranza is out of the breakout room, so Mr. Roberts need to talk to her.
Thank you.
This is Xavier Williams.
All right, that's on the one that says Gloria.
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Lamb, you're doing this?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let me see. Okay. Are you Xavier Demond Ray Williams?
Yes, sir, I am.
Is that your true and correct name?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Williams, can you speak, read, and write the English language?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Can you speak, read, and write the English language?
I can't hear him.
All right, sir, can you speak, read, and write the English language?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, sir.
All right, despite your representation that you are a United States citizen, I need to caution you that if that is not true, Any plea of guilty by you or finding of guilt by me could result in your deportation or exclusion from this country and or a denial of naturalization benefits. Do you still wish to enter a plea today?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any history of mental health problems or mental illness?
No, sir.
Counsel, do you believe your client's competent to stand trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Williams, you stand charged by indictment with the state jail felony of possession of a controlled substance. Specifically, it's alleged that on or about May the 19th, 2019, in Frio County, Texas, that you intentionally or knowingly possessed a controlled substance, cocaine, in an amount of less than 1 gram. Again, that alleges a state jail felony, which is punishable by confinement for not less than 180 days and by a fine not to exceed $10,000. So do you understand what you're charged with and what the range of punishment is?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that the plea bargain agreement you have with the state is not binding on me? I do not have to follow it, but if I decide not to follow it, I will allow you to withdraw your plea.
Yes, sir.
And if I do follow the plea bargain agreement you have made with the state and the sentence I impose is not harder on you than what you've agreed to, you will not be able to appeal this matter?
Yes, sir.
All right. And if your agreement is for deferred adjudication probation, and I decide to go with it, I'll find there's enough evidence to say that you're guilty, but I will not do so. Instead, I will place you on deferred adjudication probation. And if you successfully complete that, the case against you will be dismissed and you'll have no conviction. You may even be able to get an order of non-disclosure to keep the state from telling anyone other than law enforcement that you were even arrested. On the flip side, if while you're on deferred adjudication probation, the state alleges that you've broken the rules, then you could be arrested, you could be brought back to court, and there would be a hearing on just that question. Did you break the rules of your deferred adjudication probation? If the answer to that is yes, then you could be found guilty and you could be sentenced to anything that's a legal sentence for a state jail felony, 180 days to 2 years confinement and a fine up to $10,000. Understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to show you some documents that appear to have your signature. They're titled Admonitions to the Defendant for Plea to the Court. And let me ask on paragraph 2.11, is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Right here? Okay. And where it says verification?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And on the court certification of appeal?
Yes, sir.
The agreed punishment recommendations?
Yes, sir.
The waiver of preservation of evidence?
Yes, sir.
And the discovery compliance certificate?
Yes, sir.
Did you read these documents yourself or did Mr. Zamora read them to you?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand these documents before you signed them?
Yes, sir, I did.
And are you satisfied with the work that Mr. Zamora has done for you?
Yes, sir, I have been.
All right, counsel, do you believe you've received all the discovery you're entitled to in this case in a timely manner?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you believe that your client understands the nature of the rights he's giving up, the stipulations of evidence he's making, and the consequences of his plea bargain?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will accept the discovery compliance certificate, and I will find that the defendant made his waivers of right and stipulations of evidence knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily, and I will accept and approve them. And I'll ask you, sir, to the allegation alleged in the indictment, state jail felony possession of a controlled substance. Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
No contest.
All right. And you understand, sir, that a plea of no contest might be different than a plea of guilty if you were to get into a civil lawsuit over what you were doing in January of 2019. But that for all purposes inside this criminal case, a plea of no contest is the same as a plea of guilty?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone promised you anything other than your plea bargain with the state to get you to plead no contest?
No, sir.
Has anyone harmed or threatened you or anyone close to you to get you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Has anyone promised you an early release in your sentence?
No, sir.
All right, I'll find that you made your plea voluntarily and you're not under any compulsion in making it, and I'll accept it. And I'll ask what evidence the state has to substantiate the defendant's guilt.
State Tender States Exhibit 1, it's attachment A.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, without objection, State's Exhibit 1 is attachment A are admitted into evidence. Both sides resting close at this stage?
They rest and close.
Same announcement, Your Honor.
All right, give me a chance to look at the reports. All right, Mr. Lamb, on my copy of the State's Exhibit, I don't actually see a narrative on the offense report.
Your Honor, I was just double checking that right now as well. If the court would give me one moment.
Yes, go ahead.
Your Honor, I'm attaching it in chat to you as State's attachment B.
All right.
I can find it. It should be attached, Your Honor.
All right, any objection to State's attachment B?
Could I take a quick look at it?
Yes, I will send it to Mr. Zamora as well. Pardon me.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, I'll insert that in the appropriate place. Okay, I'll find there is enough evidence to substantiate the defendant's guilt. Are both sides ready for sentencing?
It's ready.
Defendant's ready.
I've been given a pre-sentence investigation report. Has the defense had a chance to look at it?
I have not.
Okay. I asked adult probation to send Mr. Zamora a copy of it.
Judge, it's been sent by the clerk, so I think they just send it to you directly.
Oh, okay,
Email
okay.
it. I think they need to email it to Mr. Zamora too.
Here, let me just, I can send it my copy of this.
Okay.
I think that's the PSI. I just sent Mr. Zamora.
It's downloading. Yes, Your Honor, I have reviewed it and no objection.
Okay, what is the plea bargain agreement in this case?
Your Honor, the plea bargain in this case is for 3 years deferred adjudication, fine of $1,500, court cost of $290, 200 hours of community service, drug court fee of $60, drug offender education program, the standard drug offender conditions, drug test fee of $50, education, drug, and alcohol evaluation, follow those recommendations, $60 monthly probation fee, and restitution of $180 to the Texas Department of Public Safety.
All right. And Mr. Williams, is that your plea bargain agreement with the state?
Yes, sir.
Did the state's attorney add anything or leave anything out?
No, sir.
Your Honor, I just wanted to, I guess, make the court aware that Mr. Williams did complete the drug offender education course on March 26th of 2021, and I have emailed a copy of that to probation.
Okay. Excellent. What sort of work, you work for Overhead Garage Door?
Yes, sir.
Right, and what sort of work do you do for them?
I install and I repair garage doors.
Are there any certifications you can earn in that line of work?
I believe so. Yes, sir.
And what sort of certifications?
Maybe an installer or I'm not sure of all the names for them.
Okay. And have you earned any of them?
No, sir.
Okay.
Your Honor, he did work in the oil field prior to COVID for a few years, and I know he did give me some copies of some safety trainings and certificates that he did obtain in the oil field.
Yes, sir. OSHA certified.
All right. Anything else on either side?
Nothing from the state.
Nothing from the defendant, Your Honor.
Okay, I will follow the plea bargain agreement. I'll find there's enough evidence to say you were guilty, but I will not do so. Instead, I will place you on deferred adjudication probation for a period of 3 years. Please remember what I said about if you do everything you're supposed to do, the case against you will be dismissed. You'll have no conviction, but the if the state alleges that you are breaking the rules, then you could be arrested and brought back to court. And if it turns out that you are breaking the rules, then you could be found guilty and sentenced to anything that is a legal sentence for a state jail felony, 180 days to 2 years confinement and a fine up to $10,000. Give me just a moment. I also want to talk to you a little bit, sir. It looks like right now you're living in Laredo.
Yes, sir.
Um, your probation is going to be transferred to, in all likelihood, it looks like Webb County then. And what that means is that you will have a probation officer that you have to report to in Webb County. And that probation officer will be the officer that you report to on a day-to-day basis, but you'll also have a probation officer in Frio County. That probation officer will be the one who, if you're not following the rules or they don't think you're following the rules, will send a report to the DA's office for them to consider asking to have a motion filed to have you adjudicated guilty. Your probation officer in Pearsall is not going to be driving down to Laredo to check up on you. If they're receiving emails from your officer in Webb County that says you aren't following the rules, they're not going to be able to do much to verify that or not. They're not going to have a lot of choice except to send a report to the DA's office. The next thing I'll tell you is that if absolutely the only thing you're not doing correctly is paying 100% of your payments on time, you're not going to be adjudicated guilty just for that. We'll give you a chance to make larger payments towards the end of the time you're on deferred adjudication. If absolutely necessary, you could even be extended. So if a month rolls around, that life intervenes and you can't make your full payment or any payment, still show up and see your probation officer. Don't fail to appear because you don't want to tell them you don't have any money. I have modified the judgment in this case to say that if within the next 6 months you provide some sort of proof to your probation officer that you've received a certification in your job, that I would reduce your community service hours by 40 hours. That's to encourage you to go forward in the job field that you're in right now. And do I have a signed request for the $180 restitution to DPS?
Your Honor, I don't believe so. I can actually.
All right, then I will strike the $180 restitution to DPS, and that will cause your probation fee to go down a little bit each month. All right. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right. You understand that because I have followed the plea bargain agreement and not done anything to you that was harsher than what you've agreed to, that you have waived the right to appeal and you may not appeal?
Yes, sir.
All right, then. We'll find that you made your post-trial waivers knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily, and I will approve them, and I will certify to the Court of Appeals that you have waived the right to appeal as part of a plea bargain agreement, and you have no right to appeal. I wish you good luck, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hello, Judge.
Hold on just a second.
Sure.
We post the plea package and the judgment to the clerk's office. Yes, Mr. Vargas.
You asked me to log back on Frostro.
Yes, I had said, and you may not have heard me, I said I had appointed you to represent her. And I'd also sent you a copy of the order of appointment. I'll send you another one because I expect you lost access to it. Actually, it looks like you're on your phone and I can't send you a file. Yes,
I'm
Mr.
not on my phone, I'm on an iPad, but
Okay,
I did get her phone number. I guess we can reset it for what, 30 days or so?
It's April 22nd.
April 22nd also? Okay.
So we'll just post that. That'll be all.
Oh, thank you.
Your Honor, I have a couple of announcements whenever the court is free.
Yes, sir.
For Christina Garcia, Judge, that's the first case on the docket. I have posted a date in the chat of 4/22. This is an MTR, and we are trying to possibly do an open plea on that day. I just wanted to ask if she can be excused.
Yes.
Ms. Garcia? April the 22nd is the next court date. I'll call you here shortly.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you.
And then I have
Your Honor, actually, on Christina Garcia, I just want for the record, I have sent the open plea pack paperwork over to Mr. Zamora and notified him that Ms. Garcia is to show up in person to the courthouse on that day.
Yes.
Just for the record.
And, Your Honor, I have Chris Arevalo that I was appointed to today, and he is on, I forget what page on the document. It's 2103.7.
Page 3.
And I've posted the date in the chat, the pretrial 5/25, docket call 6/10, and 7/19 for jury. I just wanted to ask if he can be excused. He's in the courtroom.
Yes. No, if you've posted the dates correctly, they're excused.
And the last one that I have, Your Honor, is Gabriel Garcia. I wanted to ask if it's possible to do April 22nd for pretrial, and then if I can get the 6/10 and 7/19 for jury. I had posted just the 4/22, but I think since it's a pretrial, it's I have to give it a jury date as well.
Yes. That's fine.
And I'll post that. I just posted that in the chat. And may Mr. Garcia be excused?
Yes, once people have had their dates posted correctly, they're excused.
Okay. Mr. Garcia, you can log off. I'll call you this afternoon.
All right, thank you, sir.
I believe that's all I have.
Which one? Which one was he? What page?
Gabriel Garcia.
It's on page 2, Kenny. I already got it.
Oh, okay.
May I be excused, Your Honor? That's all I have.
That's all you have, you're excused.
Thank you.
Bye, Mike.
Bye-bye.
And is Mr. Perez's client still working with the probation or?
We're done,
No,
Judge.
everything is ready.
Okay, do I have that on?
I just sent it.
Oh, I see. It just popped up. Okay.
Judge, I just wanted to mention on the first page of the docket on Cynthia Ibarra, only one date was posted, and I've asked Mr. Roberts to look at that. It needs the 3 dates. I just wanted to bring that to your and Mr. Roberts' attention.
Jennifer, we have an agreement set out on that one, but I would think that the 610 and 719 dates would be the next ones that are available anyways.
Yes, sir, I understand that. So he had posted just that one date.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what do I need to do?
You need to post 3 dates. So you can put your 422, but then it needs a jury docket call and a jury trial date in case 422 does not.
We agreed to a plea on the next day.
Roberts,
Right?
and if you plead, that's fine. If you don't, if she changes her mind, then we will already have dates. We won't have to worry about getting dates.
Okay, I don't mind doing it. Let me get it and we'll put those other dates in there. I don't know what they are, but I'll let somebody figure it out.
I'll send you the dates, Mr. Roberts, in chat.
Okay, we just want to cooperate on Cynthia Ibarra you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay. There's got to be 2 more.
I just
dates.
sent you the dates. If Katie wants to retype them in.
Yeah, Katie has.
Okay, and on Johnny Perez, is there a copy of the indictment in this package?
Should have been, Judge. I will double check. Your Honor, in the original I sent, there was. I will forward you a copy of the indictment, and if you don't have it.
Thank you.
Your Honor, may I ask you a question, please?
Yes, sir.
On Dion Scott Martinez.
Mr. Roberts, you're
Cause
right.
number 29109F. Okay, let me try again. On Dion Scott Martinez, cause 2009, excuse me, 109, he did not get notice of the last setting, so there's a warrant out for his arrest. He is in the courthouse. He is here. I would like to ask the court to withdraw that warrant. We have filled out one of the waiver papers on him.
Any objection from the state?
I don't have any objections, Your Honor. If he's there in the courtroom,
He is there.
Yeah, okay, he's there. Yeah, it looks like he didn't appear back in October. So, but if he's there and they've got their waivers, I'm okay.
All right, if someone will give me something to sign for that, I'll sign it.
Dahlia, there's that recall form, okay? Thanks. They'll get it to you, Judge.
Thank you.
Also, Your Honor, in chat, I've sent you the Johnny Bettis indictment.
Thank you. Oh, actually, here it is. It's on page 12. They're usually at the front. Just going through one page at a time. All right, so we're ready on the Johnny Perez case?
I'll text Adrian right now, Judge.
Oh, okay. We'll wait for him.
There, Mr. Bettis is back.
I'm here, ready to go, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, calling State versus Johnny Perez.
He's there in the courtroom.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me get this set up again. Give me just a moment. I've gotten spoiled having two screens. Okay, are you Johnny?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, Ray Perez?
No.
Just Johnny Perez. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes,
All right, is that your true and correct name, Johnny Perez?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Perez, can you speak, read, and write the English language?
Yes, sir.
And are you a United States citizen?
Yes, sir.
All right, despite your representation that you are a United States citizen, I need to caution you that if that is not true, you need plea of guilty by me or finding of guilt. I'm sorry, my son hadn't slept 2 nights in a row. Any plea of guilty by you or finding of guilt by me could result in your deportation or exclusion from this country and or a denial of naturalization benefits. Do you still wish to enter a plea today?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any history of mental health problems or mental illness?
No, sir.
Counsel, do you believe your client is competent to stand trial?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. You stand charged by indictment with the felony offense of possession of a controlled substance. Specifically, it's alleged that on or about April 20th, 2019, in Frio County, that you intentionally or knowingly possessed a controlled substance, cocaine, in an amount of less than 1 gram. As I said, that alleges a state jail felony, which is punishable by confinement for not less than 180 days and not more than 2 years, and by a fine not to exceed $10,000. So do you understand what you're charged with and what the range of punishment is?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Your Honor, the state would interject at this point. Before we proceed, the state would be moving to proceed under 1244A in this case.
Okay. All right, so you understand, sir, that if the state proceeds under 1244A, that you would be punished as if you had been pled guilty or no contest to a Class A misdemeanor. And if you wind up being punished, the range of punishment would be not more than 1 year in the county jail and or a fine of not to exceed $4,000. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir. I understand.
But you understand that even though you would be punished as if you had, in that case, been found guilty of a Class A misdemeanor, that you would still have a felony conviction on your record?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And you understand, sir, that the plea bargain agreement you have with the state is not binding on me. I do not have to follow it, but if I decide that I am not going to follow it, I will allow you to withdraw your plea.
Okay, thank you. Yes, sir.
If I do follow the plea bargain agreement that you have and the sentence I impose is not harder on you than what you've agreed to, you understand that you will not be able to appeal this matter?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I want to show you some documents that appear to have your, actually, you understand that if your plea bargain agreement
Yes, sir, I understand.
is for deferred adjudication,
Yes, sir.
I decide to follow it, I would find there was enough evidence to substantiate your guilt, but I would not do so. I would place you on deferred adjudication probation. And if you successfully completed that deferred adjudication probation, the case against you will be dismissed. You might even be able to get an order of non-disclosure to keep the state from telling anyone other than law enforcement that you were even arrested. The flip side to that is that if, while you're on deferred adjudication, the state alleges that you have violated the rules, then you could be arrested, you could be brought back to court, and there would be a hearing on just that issue. Did you break the rules? And if the answer turns out to be yes, then you could be found guilty and you could be sentenced to anything that's a legal sentence for, if you're punished under 1244A, a Class A misdemeanor, which would be up to a year in the county jail and or a fine not to exceed $4,000. All right, so do you understand that?
Yes, sir, I understand.
I'm going to show you some documents that appear to have your signature. They're titled Admonitions to the Defendant for Plea to the Court. Let me ask you on paragraph 2.11, is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And also at verification.
Yes, sir. That's my signature.
And agreed punishment recommendations,
Yes, sir. That is also my signature.
waiver of preservation of evidence,
Yes, sir.
and the discovery compliance certificate.
Yes, sir. That is my signature.
Right. Did you read these documents yourself, or did your attorney, Adrian Perez, read them to you?
Both, sir.
Right. Did you understand these documents before you signed them?
Yes, sir, I do.
And are you satisfied with the work that your attorney has done for you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Counsel, do you believe your client understands the nature of the rights he's giving up, the stipulations of evidence he's making, and the consequences of his plea bargain?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you also believe you've received everything that you're entitled to discovery-wise in a timely manner?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll find that the defendant made his waivers of right and stipulations of evidence knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily, and I will approve them. And I will ask you, sir, to the offense alleged in the indictment, possession of a controlled substance, state jail felony, you plead guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, sir.
All right, has anyone promised you anything other than your plea bargain with the state to get you to plead guilty? So has anybody promised to do anything for you other than what you've worked out with the state? Has anyone else promised you anything to get you to enter?
No, sir.
Has anybody harmed you or threatened to harm you or anyone close to you to get you to make this plea?
No, sir.
Has anyone promised you an early release in your sentence?
No, sir.
I'll find that you made your plea, in this case voluntarily, not under any compulsion in making it. I'll accept it. I'll ask what evidence the state has.
State tender states exhibit 1, it's attachment A.
No objections, Your Honor.
Not objection, 6 exhibit 1, it's attachment A or admitted into evidence. Both sides rest and close at guilt innocence.
State rest and close.
Defense rest and close.
Give me a chance to look at the report. Or I'll find there is enough evidence to substantiate the defendant's guilt. Are both sides ready for punishment?
State's ready.
Defense
been given a precedence investigation report. Has the defense had a chance to look at that?
Actually, no, Judge, I have not gotten a copy of that. I'll waive any time requirements if perhaps the court can post that in chat to me.
Okay, I just posted the PSI.
Reviewed the PSI, Judge. I have no objections.
All right, and the blank for dependents is blank. Mr. Perez, do you have any children that you have a legal responsibility to support?
Yes, sir.
How many?
3.
All right, and do they live with you or do you pay child support?
They live with me, sir.
All right, so what is the plea bargain in this case?
Your Honor, the plea bargain in this case would be for 18 months of deferred adjudication, a fine of $1,500, court costs of $290, 125 hours community service, drug court fee of $60, drug offender education program, standard drug offender conditions, drug test fee of $50, education, drug, and alcohol evaluation, follow those recommendations, monthly probation fee of $60, and restitution of $180 to the Texas Department of Public Safety.
All right, and is that your plea bargain with the state?
Yes, sir.
And did the state's attorney add anything or leave anything out?
No, sir.
All right. How long have you been unemployed, sir?
I've been unemployed for the past 3 to 4 years.
Why is that?
Legally, I get paid cash. I do side jobs, construction work, tiling, installation, drywall.
You understand that one of the requirements of your deferred adjudication is that you seek out and obtain and keep lawful employment, and that includes not working just for cash off the books. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir. With this being taken care of,
I'm just making sure you understand that.
Yes, sir.
Anything else on either side?
Nothing from the defense.
Nothing from the state.
And I'm sorry, Mr. Lamb, I was distracted for a moment. This is you're all requesting that it be punished under 1244?
Yes, under 1244A, Your Honor, hence the 18 months.
And the judgment reads 15 months, so we need to correct that to the 18.
Oh, pardon me. I will resend the judgment.
Maybe Judge can
Give me
just,
just a moment. Give me a moment.
we changed to 18.
I read 1244 of the penal code to say that the court may punish a defendant who is convicted of a state jail felony by imposing Class A misdemeanor punishment. But I do not see that it's possible for there to be a plea bargain that binds the court in the future that if someone who's on deferred adjudication becomes adjudicated guilty in the future, that they will be punished at that time as if they'd committed a Class A misdemeanor. So the attorneys want to look at that, and if I'm wrong, I'll say so.
Yes, Your Honor. Can I have a breakout room with Mr. Bettis?
Certainly.
Judge, I need to talk to my client just for about 5 minutes.
Okay, Ms. Poppy is the host.
Thank you.
They're doing one ring.
And he's fine right there, clerk. It won't take too long.
Yes, sir.
Hold on just for a second, okay? They're gonna put us in a private room.
Adrian, they can't do it on that computer if they can put it on my computer for probation.
You want me to move you in there right now, or?
Jade, I think we're okay.
Your Honor, this is Joe Luna. May I make a brief announcement?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
I went in the chat room. I got the court dates for Raimundo Castillo. Anything else that I need to do before the court?
I just post them in chat to everyone in the cause number, name, date format, and you are excused.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
I did have a question on his post.
Yes.
And maybe you responded and I haven't seen it. Were you still needing the 422 bond hearing?
I will. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that date
Well-
needs to also be posted.
Okay. At this, I need to confer with my client. I'll come back, and if I need to, I'll request a court setting if the court prefers that.
Okay, and then the case is already set for pretrial on 5/11. So this one
Yes.
has a lot going on.
Yes. So yeah, yes, I probably will need the 511, but if the court will allow me, there's two cases, Your Honor, that Mr. Castillo has, and if
Whatever settings you need, go ahead and set them. That's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor. Right now,
But those dates need to be in chat, correct, sir?
ma'am?
Yes, if you know what the setting is, go ahead and set it now. We need to have at least a pretrial, a docket call, and a jury selection date. If you set all those and then you need something else in the future, and you can come back and get an additional setting.
Very well, Your Honor. We'll do that. Thank you. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Your Honor, I think we've resolved it. In the effort of judicial economy, I have no objection if the court just wants to change the paperwork instead of us having to do it again. We're going to proceed on a regular state jail, 2 years deferred.
Yes, Your Honor. We're going to be proceeding on a 1244A, and the punishment will be for 2 years deferred in line with a regular state jail. Sorry.
He's saying you can't do 1244 with a deferred.
Yes, and that's why I'm sorry. Pardon me, Your Honor.
Sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, I was thinking of something else at the same time. Yes, Your Honor, and I will amend the judgment to take out the 1244.
Right, for a straight deferred. All right. And Mr. Johnny Perez, you've had an opportunity to discuss this with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
And do you still wish to go ahead with the plea then?
Yes, sir. I do.
All right, then I will approve the plea. It's been revised. I have found there's enough evidence to say you're guilty, but I will not do so. Instead, I will place you on deferred adjudication probation for, was it 2 years?
Yes, Your Honor.
With all the rest of the terms and conditions of your plea bargain agreement with the state, I want you to keep in mind what I've said, that if you do everything you're supposed to do, the case against you will be dismissed and you'll have no conviction. But that if the state alleges that you have violated the rules, then you could be brought back to court and there would be a trial, a hearing on just that question. Did you break the rules? And if it turns out that the answer is yes, then you could be found guilty of a state jail felony and punished by anything that's a legal sentence for a state jail felony. That's 180 days to 2 years confinement and a fine up to $10,000. The court would also have the ability, if it elected to do so at that time, to, if you were convicted, to punish you under 1244A and assess your punishment as if you had been convicted of a Class A misdemeanor and not of a state jail felony. Do you understand all that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Understand that because I have followed the plea bargain agreement in this case, that you have waived the right to appeal and you may not appeal.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll find that you made your post-trial waiver knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily, and I will approve them. And I will certify to the Court of Appeals that you have waived the right to appeal and you may not appeal. I wish you good luck, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, also, just for the purposes of the record, I believe we had an agreement as to possible early termination that I'd like the state's attorney to put on the record.
Oh,
Please.
yes, Your Honor. For possible, if the defendant were to complete all conditions of probation with no mess ups or anything from notified by probation, there's no objection from the state for an possible early termination in this case.
Thank you.
All right, that's fine. I said I will almost always look favorably on an early termination if the person is doing everything perfectly, they're showing they can behave. And if they're not, then they're showing they're not going to do it, and we need to consider terminating them on the other way. So that's fine.
Then thank you, sir. That's all I have. Maybe excuse.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, I've sent a revised judgment to the district clerk's office and to Joanne, reflecting the 24 months and the not 1244A.
Okay. All right. So we're going to send that to me electronically.
I have sent
Excuse me, Your Honor?
waivers of arraignment.
You want to just go ahead and send that to me electronically?
Okay, I sent it to them to get the fingerprint, but I will also.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that way we'll take the scanned copy for the fingerprint.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, any other pleas today?
I don't believe so, Judge.
I don't have any.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
may I be excused? I have filed all my waiver of arraignments and added those other dates that
All
Ms.
right.
Poppy told me to add.
For all the attorneys, if everything's been posted correctly, you're excused automatically.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, do have a few questions on the docket that I may have been in breakout rooms for.
All right, give me just a moment. Let me post the waivers to the clerk.
Yes, sir.
I have a lot of questions. I missed a lot. So when I'm in those breakout rooms, the chats don't come up for me. So when I come back, I'm missing a lot.
Same for everybody.
Yeah.
And even when you save the chat, it doesn't show what files you sent or received.
Oh.
All right, so. All right, I've got the warrant recall. I'll send it in a minute. Okay, start on page 1.
Okay.
And I don't know that I have everything written down either.
Okay.
Christina Garcia.
422.
422. Rosowski.
Nice eye.
Nice eye.
He does have an FTA warrant back from 2016.
Okay, so
it's just a monitor arrest then.
All right, is that correct?
If he's got an active warrant, then I guess it's just a monitor arrest.
All right, Ms. Poppy, how did he get back on the docket?
I'm thinking it may have been from our monitor arrest sheet
Okay.
from Miss Juke.
All right, so open warrant, that's fine. Ibarra, 422. Vinton.
Nice eye.
Nice eye. Hill.
422.
TRLA. Williams, plea.
Back on Ibarra, we have 422, 610, 719.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Frausto, 422.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. I would assume for Ms. Poppy, it should also add 610, 719, but it should be a plea on 422.
Okay. Garcia, 422, 610, 719.
Yes.
Dion Martinez, I know Mr. Roberts, I think, has posted something, but I didn't get it.
He posted 5/6, 6/10, 7/19. Which is fine with me. It's those are fine dates.
5/6, 6/10, 7/19. Castillo, what do we do with him?
Okay, so Joe Luna, I guess he's gone, but he's got a bunch of dates. So he said he needed 422. He also, on this case, is already set for 5/11. And then he also posted 5/25, 6/10, 7/19. He's got like 5 dates.
Getting paid by the hour?
Did what?
Is he getting paid by the hour?
I guess so.
Okay. Marshall
And
Malone.
then he has 2009, 116. I referenced that on this case. Should I make sure that case is set on all these as well?
Yes, please keep them together.
please.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Gonna make sure.
Okay.
And looks like that's one reason why, yes, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Marshall Malone, 422, 610, 719.
Yes.
Johnny Perez, final judgment.
Plea.
Aguilar, nice eye.
Nice eye.
Arevalo,
I'm sorry.
5/25, 6/10, 7/19. That's Michael Zamora.
On Juan Aguilar, they just came to notify me that we got his notice returned back just today. And they were mailed, that I can't tell you when they were mailed, but they just came and showed me that it just got returned.
okay, does it have a new address?
No,
Was it sent to the address on his bond paperwork?
yes.
Okay, well then I'm still asking for a nice eye.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, Joe Cantu,
John Cantu, I think that Grady put,
5, 6, 6, 10, and 7, 19.
yes.
Garcia, Jacob,
Nice eye.
No, he showed
No,
up
he showed
and
up.
he belongs to TRLA and they put reset 422 for arraignment.
Okay.
Yes.
That was my miss.
All right, Huddleston, same thing.
I don't know that. Is it 422?
Reset for 422.
Got it.
TRLA.
Got it.
Amber Morales, 422, and I didn't get the attorney's name.
It was Gary, I think she said Gary J. Barton, Barton. Yeah.
But the
And
attorney
then
that
Tony
called in-
Polrees actually called our office and said he had been retained.
Yes, and I don't know if they're
They work
together
the
or
same
not.
office.
I've heard of Tony Polrees, but I have never heard of Gary Barton.
The Robert Rodriguez, no show.
Nice eye.
All right. Jonathan Aguirre,
That's TRLA's and they put 422 for arraignment.
oh, yes, I have that.
Okay.
Okay. Chavez,
422 and it belongs to TRLA.
Frausto, Roberto Vargas, and 422.
Yes, sir.
I don't have that note. so-
That's 422. I see that.
Okay, got it.
Yes, sir.
Adam Garza, nice eye.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
He has a KPIS nice eye on his file.
Already?
It's an active KPIS instanter.
Okay, so then he's just a monitor arrest, I guess.
Okay, so is he been arrested? It's a nice eye already in this case?
He has not been arrested for the other.
He has not been arrested for the
Okay.
charge.
Okay, so it's an open warrant.
And let's remember that they're not supposed to be on the document until we get them picked up.
Was it continued on the sheet or? I will have to go back and look at all these because we are doing that, sir.
For what?
I would need to go back and look at these because we are, if they're not continued, we're not setting them. So I'll go back and look and see what it says on the
Okay.
indictment.
Fabian Garza, 422.
Yes, it belongs to TRLA.
Right, and the whole next page, nice eye.
The whole next page is nice eyes.
And on that second one, Katina Lucas,
Right,
that one also says KPIS instanter on it.
So it's
Okay.
got an open warrant.
all right, so no arrest. Eric Trevino, 422 TRLA.
Hang on, I'm sorry.
That's a good example on the one you just said on Katina Lucas. It's continued on my indictment list, so that's why we said it.
Yeah, that might. I'll double check on my end.
All right, well, let's go ahead and call a nice eye. And if we don't need it, I won't sign it, but let's have the bailiff call it while we're here.
Understood.
Eric Trevino, 422.
Yes, TRLA 422. Yes, sir.
And Richard Nisai.
Richard, yes. Did you say Alberto Roy Trevino?
Yes.
So nice eye on him and then nice eye on Richard Trevino.
Yes.
Richard,
Go ahead.
Richard Trevino, again, 21,356. It shows a KPIS instanter on his.
And it's continued on the indictment list.
I wonder when they changed it.
Okay, so was he, well, let me rephrase it this way. If it shows a KPIS, I suppose you would not have sent a notice?
Correct.
All right.
I would have requested a notice be sent on that one. Since on my end, I didn't know that.
All right, but that's, yes, obviously we need to figure out whether they've been arrested and posted bond or not. But if they posted bond, but they weren't sent a notice because the clerk believed that there was a capias out for them, then we're not gonna call them nice guys. We'll send them a notice.
We'll have to look at these, Judge, because all of these are dope cases. And so I would assume that they would have gotten arrested.
And that's what I'm looking at my case reports as well. Kind of, I don't see anything that would have been a clear indication that they weren't arrested on the date.
Right. Yeah. But again, if we didn't send them notice, we'll reset. Kaylin Trevino, Nisai. Michael Baggett, 422 TRLF. Kaylin Trevino, Nisai.
Yes.
Veronica, TRLA, 422.
Yes.
Was this?
What happened on Miss Maha? She was the add-on. Anne Marie Maha belonged to
We reset her for 422 for open plea.
Got it. Okay.
And was it just a coincidence, all the Trevinos on the docket?
We wanted to make it a family affair.
No, I mean, seriously, was there a car stop with 5 family members in it, or they just?
I think they're just separate people.
They're separate people. The Richard Trevinos are 2 completely different cases. Alberto's a totally different one.
Okay, just coincidence. All right. Okay, so which all cases did the clerk's office show that there was no arrest, so they did not get a notice?
I show on page 4 that Adam Garza, they showed that there was an open warrant.
And it's continued on the indictment list.
Okay. And then on page 5, Katina Lucas, I show that they said it was an open warrant.
Yep.
And then on page 6, Richard Trevino, both of those cause numbers, they said open warrant.
No, only the 56.
Oh, only the 56.
Yes, only the 56.
So was he sent a notice on the 57?
I think so. I would need to go check it. I'm not in there. No one's in here to help me.
So what I'm going to ask you to do is ask the bailiff just to call everybody's name, but only send me the nice eyes to sign for people who were sent notice, and for the folks who weren't sent notice, let's just get a list of them. And 422 is a bit close, perhaps, because you've got to get them out and everything. Whatever the 5/6 or whatever the next date is, that's a good date.
And please keep me in the loop on that so I can set them.
Okay.
Yes. By me, I don't need to know who they are. If you'd send that to Ms. Poppy.
But Dahlia, if I normally request y'all to send the notice, if y'all actually don't send the notice, y'all probably would let me know, and y'all didn't.
We should be telling you. We should be telling you.
Yeah, so you probably sent them, but let me know.
Okay.
All right, so are we finished? Anything else?
Judge, I just wanted to advise the court that Mr. Dion Scott Martinez is still sitting in the courtroom. I'm not sure what needed to be done with him.
They signed a recall on his warrant, and Grady posted into chat his reset dates. So he should go over to Mr. Roberts' office.
Okay, I'll go ahead and send him that way.
Hold on, let me sign an email to you, the recall form, because I haven't signed it. So that way the bailiffs can let him out with a good conscience. Okay, I just sent it.
Hey, Judge, before we all get off, I can see we've got TRLA and the clerks and the coordinator. You had mentioned there was a case on the docket where the guy was in custody and like no pauper's affidavit had been done.
Yes.
I don't know how to get that fixed, Your Honor. I have talked to my jails over and over and over again about the fact that these people need to get these affidavits done, that they have got to get appointed attorneys or at least be notifying the court coordinator. So this is a conversation I've had multiple times. So I am equally as frustrated as you are because I don't know what else to say. As a matter of fact, yesterday I was going through the jail log in Catula and I noticed two defendants who were in there. I emailed the jail and was like, did you let the court coordinator know that these people had been picked up? And they said no, like they hadn't. And I'm like, you have to tell people so they can get on the docket. And we just keep running into this problem. So I don't know what else to do.
Well,
Judge, if I may.
And I know y'all aren't, yes, I know y'all aren't responsible at all for Catula.
Yes, sir. Same thing as what Leslie's saying. Even with Frio, we've been trying to tell them they don't have to wait. I think it's 72 hours that they're waiting. I told them after 24 hours, you need to let us know whether they're housed there in Pearsall or they've been shipped out. Let us know they're there so we can do a quick affidavit on them. And I don't know what really is going on. Ms. Carrasco's trying her best to help us, but once they're gone, the other jails, which is LaSalle, Zavala, Dimmitt, they pretty much put us as an appointment. Like today, Investigator Ramirez has 2 that he needs to do in Zavala. They told us to wait till Friday because they can't get them on the phone or they can't do something. So it's delaying whatever we need to do.
Okay. Does TRLA have a licensed Zoom or even an unlicensed Zoom where you can?
Yes, sir, we do. But it's like they only have one computer, and if they have attorneys doing interviews or anything else, that's first priority instead of us.
Okay.
And the biggest problem for us in Frio, because I know LaSalle's not their issue, but in Frio is that I don't have a jail available to me. I mean, they're working on it, but yeah, people come in and they're gone in 5 different locations. And so I will start looking at the jail log, but I mean, I'm going to be honest, that's not something that I do daily or weekly. I'm doing it when I think about it and I'll see some names and be like, oh my God, when did this guy come in? Or when did this guy get picked up? Did anybody notify the coordinators? And we have had this discussion at least 5 different times.
Okay, I'll make a note. I will speak with the sheriff. Yeah. I mean, if it doesn't get resolved, somebody's going to sue one day and we'll have a federal judge apply some motivation.
Also, Judge, we're hoping in the next couple of weeks, we will start trying to do at least a quick visit at the Frio County Jail for the 24-hour people that are there before they're being shipped, to try to go do a person-to-person visit immediately to try to get them before they're shipped off. Because right now, we can't coordinate with them yet.
And they can train somebody to do it at the JP's office or at the sheriff's office. And they can also tell all the counties they store people with, this is contingent on you cooperating with the public defender's office so that we don't get sued for not providing people with an attorney.
Yes, sir. I've told the jail administrator that before, so I don't know how.
And let me start out with the jail administrator. I'll talk with the jail administrator first.
Thank you,
I know Ms. Perales in LaSalle County has really started sending me us emails. That's been a little bit different than previously.
Yes, I emailed her yesterday and was telling her about contacting you all about the new people that had come into custody. So But yes, I guess we'll start with the jail administrator. He's new, but a TRLA, are you guys getting the jail logs? Are you on an email to get jail logs?
Yes, actually, I'm still working with Ms. Carrasco. She is sending what she can, but not on a daily basis. And I've been telling her I need a daily basis. Everybody else that we are working with sends me something first thing in the morning. I guess she thinks because nobody's going to jail or nobody's coming in that she doesn't have to send anything, but I did make it clear to her that I needed a daily basis so we can look at them, see if anything's changed.
Okay. I'll notify the sheriff too, and also her, but yeah, okay, we'll just keep working at it. I just want you to know that these are ongoing discussions that continue to happen over and over again.
Thank you, ma'am. Like I said, if you need anything, just email me and I'll see what else I can do.
I will.
Okay, Judge, real quick, I did resend the new Johnny Perez judgment with the corrections, with the fingerprints, if you want to sign that one. And then we just got notified that on page 3, John E. Cantu, he did not hire Grady Roberts, so he is doing an affidavit right now so we can get somebody appointed to him, even though Grady announced the date. But he did not hire Grady.
No. Did Brady post the dates or just announce them?
Grady posted the dates, and Grady told me this morning that that was his client and he was in his office, and we even conferred about it in the breakout room.
Okay. Mr. Roberts is the attorney of record until he gets the district judge to sign a document that says he's not. And if he wants to file a motion to withdraw, he can do so. If you want to go ahead and get an affidavit, that's great, but no one's going to be appointed as long as he has an attorney of record.
Okay, Mr. Cantu is here. Let me make sure he heard that. Just a moment. Sir? Okay, come on. He's coming up, Judge.
And Mr. Lamb, did you send me the Perez judgment, a clean copy of it?
I believe I did.
Right.
I sent it to you via email, Judge. Do you want me to send it to you by chat?
Yeah, because I
Nope, I
two
understand.
things open at a time, and all right.
I understand.
Mr. Cantu,
Yes.
you tried to hire Grady Roberts, is that correct?
If you tried hiring Grady Roberts. Did you try hiring Grady Roberts?
Oh, yeah.
Speak up. Yeah, he needs to hear you.
Yes, sir.
I did.
Okay, Mr. Roberts announced that he was representing you, and he posted dates that your case is being reset for. So I'm not trying to get you between he and I. If he needs to talk to the court, that's great, but Mr. Roberts has made an appearance in your case. He's your attorney until a judge with jurisdiction signs an order that allows him to withdraw. So you go ahead and fill out a court-appointed attorney affidavit, but Mr. Roberts is still your attorney, and he's back here with him on those dates. Unless and until he gets an order that says that he's withdrawn, and then you will appoint, if you're eligible, another attorney to represent you.
Yeah.
All right, good luck, sir.
That's it.
That's it.
All right, give me just a minute and I'll do the Perez judgment.
Can I be excused, Judge?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, bye, guys.
Likewise, Judge, may I also be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
We'll see you next time, Judge.
See you, sir.
Judge,
Safe.
I sent the judgment to you. Do you need anything else from me?
That's it.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good one.
Thank you, Judge.
I'll wait on here, Judge, so I can get it back.
Thank you.
Judge, I have the defendant filling out that paperwork, and then once he's done, we'll have them send that to you. The proper,
Yeah, I don't need to see it.
not right
You
now.
just
Okay.
have him leave it to file. Mr. Roberts is his lawyer.
Okay, that's fine, Judge. So may promotion be excused, Judge?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
I'm sorry, Judge. The ladies checked on those that had the KPS instanters. It did say continued on the list for the indictment, but between Stephanie and Kenny, because the sheriff's office found no paperwork, Kenny and Stephanie talked about it, and they said to issue the KPS instanters. So they did.
Stephanie failed to contact the court coordinator.
But we did not contact the court coordinator to let her know that those were not continued. So the KPS instanters were issued. And then on the Richard Trevino, on that one, the 56, and none of them were sent notices to appear in
Okay,
court.
all right, so we won't do the nice eyes, but so were they arrested or not?
They haven't been arrested yet.
On drug cases, they haven't been arrested. That's what-
That the sheriff's office found no paperwork. No bond paperwork, no arrest.
All right. But do the reports, the offense reports say that they were arrested?
We have no paperwork at all for that.
We have no
Right.
paperwork at all for those cases.
Okay,
And of course, we failed to contact the court coordinator and let him know.
and that's fine, things happen, all right. Please contact Mr. Lamb. If I need to follow up on this, I will, but please contact Mr. Lamb and ask, say the judge directed him, look at the offense reports. I mean, if these people somehow, they escaped or they were having heart palpitations and the sheriff didn't want to arrest them and had to pay for the hospital bill, that's great, things happen. But that's a whole bunch of drug cases for one indictment list. And if they were arrested. I assume they're either in custody or they posted bond. They didn't escape. We're not going to put a capias out for them just because we've lost track of the bond paperwork.
Yeah. So of course, between our office and the DA's office, they went ahead and issued them, but we failed to do the contact with the court coordinator and let her know that they were not
Okay.
continued.
Right. But what I mean is, if they were arrested and they're no longer in custody, they either escaped or they made bond. And we're not going to put a capias out for them. I mean, unless Mr. Land can come back and show that they were just all mistakenly released or something like that.
They show no arrest.
We need to give them a notice, and at least not just arrest them automatically just because the paperwork was lost.
Okay, yeah, because we show no arrest for them at all, but we'll check into it and find out what happened, and we'll get with Kenny as well. And then
I'm about to email you the
okay,
judgment.
thank you.
Leave, Russell.
Okay, how do you land?
Yeah, I got a question. Don't worry. My belly's
Maybe out of answers.
my belly's photogenic, so don't worry about it. Russell,
Yes, sir.
is there a statutory prohibition for not docketing new indictments regardless of whether or not the defendant has been apprehended or not?
I thought they weren't even supposed to be given a number until they were apprehended, so that you can't monitor the clerk's records and say, hey, there's an indictment out, warrant out for me. But I haven't researched that recently.
Well, I don't think that's the law. The only things that don't become public is when the indictment is ordered to be sealed. And
Okay.
that's held, okay? There's absolutely no reason for a new indictment not to be docketed. And then if the person hasn't been arrested, you just drop it from the docket and go on down the road.
Okay, and that's fine, but.
I mean, what I'm talking about is I've been listening to y'all's confusion now for 15, 20, 30 minutes, okay?
Condolences.
And I did not realize that Jennifer was having to monitor the returned indictment sheet that you and I signed, and worrying about whether or not someone was arrested or not arrested, or whether or not there was a bond that was continued or whatever before she docketed these matters, okay?
And the jails do that. They're supposed to let, or the clerk's offices do that. And Frio does it really well.
But what I'm looking at is and it's a twofold deal. I think the only thing that's not public after an indictment is returned is if they're ordered sealed until arrest, ordered sealed until arrest, okay?
I haven't looked recently.
And the second thing is that Jennifer, Jennifer's having to put in some thought process here, and this is the way she's been doing it since she started. And I was
trained to do
I was
it,
not
so
aware.
it's
I
no
was
big
not
deal.
aware of this because I would have never told her this. Okay. Now I have never been. No. I think an indictment's public unless it's ordered to be sealed.
Okay, and that's great. I don't have a dog in that fight.
Well, what I'm concerned, if the law is that you don't make it public until they're arrested, I can't see how that possibly has anything to do with the way the law is, because magistrates' complaints and warrants are public record.
Yes.
You can go find out if somebody's got an arrest warrant out for them. They can't hide that from people unless it's ordered and sealed by a court. That's common. That's
all right, and I'll look at that. But what can we do so that? Well, one, obviously there's some confusion here, but I want to know if these folks were arrested. Mr. Lamb ought to know that.
Well, obviously,
just if they can't find, I don't want us putting warrants out for people just because they can't find a bond. Again, if they were arrested,
y'all are talking about a special confusion, I think, in Frio County that probably is not quite as concerning in the other 4 counties because they have a jail where people can sit and be arrested and then be notified.
And they post the bonds there, yes.
And they post bonds and they go on down the road. When they're spread out over 5 or 6 jails in 5 or 6 different counties, then that's a significant problem. But the simple truth is that when the DA's office comes to court and they got a case on the docket, they're supposed to know everything about it, period. Okay?
Yes.
That's it. I mean, I don't know any other way to put it. And if there's a question about whether or not somebody's been arrested, then it's the DA's office's responsibility to find out and inform the court on it so the court doesn't issue an order that gets everybody in trouble, except the judge, because the judge has judicial immunity, okay?
Yes.
I hate to be so blunt about it, but I mean, the confusion should be handled and taken care of by the district attorney's office relative to what is the status of their case on the court's docket, period. Now, it may be a situation where it's just common practice that the clerk will monitor and will ask the clerk, do you have arrest dockets in your file? And if they don't, then we have no choice but to assume they have not been arrested, okay? Whether it's on the original complaint or whether it's not on a new capias issued relative to the bond that is changed pursuant to the indictment process. So I think, I mean, all I
would
know
also
is,
think, well, let's just talk out loud. Just because they're raising the bond, I think they've already posted a bond and they ought to be sent notice. And if they show up in court, great, and say, hey, your bond's been raised, you're under arrest. But
that's exactly how it works.
Yeah, that's what it ought to be. So the only people who shouldn't be on the docket are those who've never been arrested.
Well, the only people who shouldn't be on the docket first are the ones where the where the indictments have ordered to be sealed and not made public. And then absolutely. Every docketed indictment should have a notice sent for the people to appear. And if a bond has been raised and there is an active capias for them when they come to court, they get arrested right there on the spot. That's life.
How do we send notices to people who have never been arrested?
You can't unless the clerk has the information.
Right.
If the clerk can't send the notice because they don't have the bond information, then the clerk makes a note that says, we didn't send a notice on this one because, as far as we know, they've never been arrested. And that is made public on the docket at the day on docket day when it's called. And then everybody's all on the same page, and you go on down the road. You drop it, and I don't know. I mean, I've been ordering folks on my criminal dockets. If somebody hasn't been arrested, then it's just dropped off the docket. Okay, we're not going to. And I think that you wanted it monitored at least once every 6 months or something like that. Which is, if that's what you want for the entire office, that's fine. But this carrying
that doesn't have to be where they're actually set, where they have to be on a docket that appears in court. I just want to, because we've had a number of cases where people get arrested and the paperwork gets sent in, but nobody's ever notified, or they don't take action when they're notified, and we come back and, hey, you know, this person was arrested and made bond 5 years later, and we still show them as an open warrant when they'd actually made bond.
Well,
so I just want to make sure that somebody's checking. That can be the DA. It doesn't have to be set on the docket.
Well, and I don't have a problem with that as far as if you want to run a list that says, hey, this came up, it's supposed to be whatever the deal is. But I think the initial hump that we need to get over, Russell, and unfortunately I tried to research it here when it came to my light, is I have no reason why, I have no idea why we're not docketing every new indictment for a first appearance unless the court is ordered that the indictment is sealed and the arrest warrant is secret, okay? If it's not sealed, then it needs to be docketed. It's a public record. It's as simple as that. And how that practice, unless there's a statutory provision that says automatically that unless there's been an arrest, then the indictment is not public.
Well, I will.
I mean, I'm gonna look into it too. I can't do it today or tomorrow because I'm going to my grandson's Little League baseball games.
And the next thing I'll say is, this is one of those codes of the criminal procedure that was rewritten as of January 1st. I mean, effective January 1st. And the little search I just did says that there's no, I didn't find the word arrest. I thought it said if there was no arrest, but I don't find that right now.
I don't know what these particular little changes are that are effective January the 1st. I'm just talking about the way that my understanding of what the law is, and it could have changed, and we need to check it because that's causing nothing but confusions. Okay.
Okay. No, we'll get it straight.
And
But-
look, I don't have. Hey, there's people all the time that show up on my docket that they say that are on docket that are docketed where they say, well, nobody's been arrested. The person hadn't been arrested. Well,
And it may be continued on the indictment list when it shouldn't have been or whatever.
I mean, it may not be there intentionally, but I think it should be there intentionally, at least on a first appearance. Because it cuts down on a whole lot of confusion. I mean, I think it would. Put it on there, get everybody on the same page, and then if people can't get on the same page, set it again and put everybody, and see if we can get everybody on the same page. Because look, let's face it, jail personnel have a lot to do. Usually they're understaffed, they're underpaid, highly stressful. The last thing on their mind is doing paperwork that keeps judges happy, okay? And I don't blame them. I mean, I don't blame them. But they're the only ones that have the initial information to notify the clerk that somebody's been arrested, okay? And they've got to do that, or we'll never know here in this office who to put on the docket, okay? Now this is this would be after a capias for failure to appear. This would be after a capias, alias capias.
Hey, now hold on just a minute. While you were speaking. Article 20.22, Code of Criminal Procedure, effective until January 1st, okay? All right, so until January 1st of this year, the law was presentment entered of record. The fact of the presentment of an indictment by the grand jury is entered into the record if the defendant is in custody or under bond. Blah, blah, blah. If the defendant is not in custody or under bond at the time of the presentment of indictment may not be made public. And the entry in the record of the court relating to the indictment must be delayed until the capias is served. But I don't know what it says as a. So let me go to presentment and see if that's changed. If there's a new presentment request.
So is that statutory, is that provision still effective?
Let me see here. Yes, it was just basically renumbered. They may have changed it a little bit, but now it's 20A.304. If they're in custody or under bond, when it's presented, that it's entered in the record. If they're not in custody and under bond, the indictment's not made public and the entry in the court's record relating to the indictment is delayed until the KPS is served and the defendant is placed in custody on Vermont.
Okay, see, well, I'm 110,000% wrong. There's statutory provision that says we have to keep doing it the same way we've been doing it, and that's fine. Learn something new even at the age of 71. All right. Back to the grindstone, girl.
Yeah, no, it's fine. That's the only way I need to do it, so we were doing it right. But I guess we have to watch the whole continued and, you know, the amount surety that's been posted or not on the indictment list, because the ones today that actually had those KPS and stanters were continued on the indictment list. So that's why
Yes.
I said them.
Right, and that was our
That's a
fault.
lot of, that's a lot of drug cases for one indictment in Frio County, one grand jury meeting in Frio County to be drug cases with no arrests.
Well,
I understand it may happen sometime. But.
Yes, and also because of COVID, a lot of those cases, you know, they didn't get arrested because they weren't taking anybody into the jail.
And it maybe they weren't, and that's
Right.
fine. But man, the answer is not. Well, we don't see an indictment in the record, a bond in the record. The DA's office says, so we'll just put a warrant out for their arrest. No, we need to have that nailed down.
Right. Okay.
Or a KPS for their arrest.
Right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much. We'll see y'all.
All for right now.
Basically, the statute must have changed and done away with the necessity to seal indictments anymore. They just automatically sealed them.
Automatically sealed. Okay.
Because I remember, and you know, come to think of it, I don't remember dealing with any requests from the court to seal indictments in decades. But in the 70s and 80s, we had to do it. And if you wanted indictments not to be made public, you had to get an order from the court that they be sealed until arrest occurred. So they're just sealed. They're sealed de jure now as a matter of law. So okay.
Go back and look.
Sorry for the disruption. I thought I had.
Hey, no, that's fine. And when you're maybe have it a little bit worse than I do, but I'll tell people. I maybe think I'm an expert on what the law used to be, but I have to go look it up.
Well, I think my memory is good enough to where I am an expert on the way the law used to be in some things. Okay, but
yes,
I tell people all the time, you got to realize that it's been 15 years since I've been a felony prosecutor. So don't in 15 years things could change dramatically. Okay, so I mean,
and it looks like they probably changed that in 1999.
99.
And I had something.
Yeah, well, that would have been 6 or 7
years.
years before I left the DA's office, but or got beaten. Let's just put it that way. I was lefted, but okay. Well, listen, Russell, good to see you. We
Yes,
got
sir.
lots of we're slowly going through this, and I hope the people that are watching YouTube are interested in academic discussions between judges and staff. And y'all take care, and we'll see y'all next time. All right.
Okay. All right. We'll see you soon.
All right. Talk to you later.
Thank you. Have a good day.